I'm also a big believer that it's not up to me to choose who wants to hear my story. But if I write it in a book, the people who are meant to read the book will read the story. So here's some key stuff is the suicidal stats in our country are disgusting. They're really, really bad. We're one of the highest countries in the globe. This is serious. We're a tiny little country and here we are with all this suicide, you know, and the parents don't know why or you know, we've got kids with parents taking their life, parents committing suicide. You know, that's really tragic. So I guess my book started as something else. It started as Alicia saving my life because I saw my mum sitting down telling her that I'd died. And I saw Alicia's reaction to that. And I thought I could never do that to that little girl. She needs her mummy. So I held on for dear life and I gripped my way through life, and I had lots of times of not liking it and lots of times of thinking of taking my life and how can I do this? It's about our kids. It's time to stop making our kids come here and teach us. We need to be teaching them how to love. How perfect. How perfect.
I'm not going to laugh right in the middle of it.
Oh, it's just perfect. How would it feel? How would it feel if someone came up to me and said, I've read your book and it stopped me taking my life on that day? How would it feel? Do you know, I think what I'd say is, can you go out and do that for someone else? Can you now go and take that out to someone else? Yeah, I feel compelled to write the book. I had a friend take her life. I was living out here when it happened. She talks to me and she tells me, no, you need to be there. You need to be there. I mean, she freaking did it. She freaking did it. Did she mean to? I don't know. Bottle of booze and a cap full of pills and she's gone. And her boy was 19. Parents loved her to bits. Why? People ask why. Why? Because we don't feel like we don't see any other way. We don't think there's another way. I can get really bad. It might last 5 minutes, it might last a minute, it might last a day. I don't lock myself away in bed. So I don't isolate, I live a normal life. I don't do what I've seen a depressive do and isolate and go into this black hole. I live my life. I'm walking around my office surrounded by people with my head going, if I had a fucking gun right now, I'd put it to my head and blow it. Like, can you just take me out, God? Can you just take me out? I don't like this. There is another way, but there is no one size fits all. We're all individuals, you know. I don't want it to be written from a perspective of, look at me, I have the answer, this is the pill you take or this is the process you follow. I mean, there are processes that work for a lot of people, but I'm not a lot of people. I'm an individual person and I've really, really struggled, and I've kept that struggle hidden from everyone. Well, maybe not my parents as much as I think I did. If we can't get rid of the suicidal thoughts, why are we doing this alone? Why are we all putting this beautiful movie on the outside that goes, I'm okay, I'm coping with life fine. You know, no one else goes crazy like I do in my head. Why? Why are we doing that? We're all alienating ourselves from each other, and that's not what it's about. So I guess, wouldn't it be awesome if this started a bit of a movement? Yeah, I find it hard to answer the questions because I just want this to be ordinary. But how else do you touch a heart that you just could never meet on the street? You know, how am I going to reach the heart of the person that needs to hear this message when they're in another country and I'm not going there? I have to use this media, and I'm a writer, and the internet, it's global. You know, I promise you that I really, really know that there is a person waiting to click on a link by accident and stumble across my message. And the message is hope.